3 dangers of AI in Qigong. That's going to be the topic of this episode of Qi Life. So I made a vlog a little while ago, I think it was late last year, about whether I thought AI would replace Qigong teachers. And my opinion on that hasn't really changed. I think that because of the embodied nature of Qigong, how subtle and nuanced many aspects of the practices are, that can only really be understood by experiencing them within a body. I think AI isn't ever going to really get that. It might fake it to some extent, but there's a difference to really having experienced something and then communicating it to someone else versus just talking about something that you've heard about, right? And this is clear even with human Qigong teachers, ones who have really experienced what it is they're talking and teaching about versus those who are just doing it as a matter of theory. Subtlety and nuance can be communicated so much more easily when there's that embodied experience. So I think there's always going to be an important place for human Qigong teachers. Another aspect of this emerging AI environment that we're in that I didn't really talk about in that video is, well, even if there's still going to be a demand for human Qigong teachers, embodied Qigong teachers, could there be other issues with AI? And I've had some experiences since then that have really kind of flagged this up for me, that there's some potential dangers for people wanting to do Qigong that are coming from the emergence of AI at this point. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this vlog. So for example, one thing that I've seen relatively recently is more social media posts that have been clearly generated by AI. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with using AI as a tool. It can be a great tool, it can be really, really useful, but it's really unreliable as a source of knowledge, as a source of information at this point. And I've seen some of these posts, clearly AI generated, and quite long text posts, and with diagrams and things like that. And it's a complete muddle of nonsense with concepts completely muddled up, clearly inaccurate, very inaccurate. And which is, you might think, hopefully, oh, people will be able to tell it's just generated by AI and it's nonsense. But what has maybe surprised me a little bit is underneath some of these posts, in the comments, a whole lot of people saying, oh wow, that's so amazing, this is so profound, do you have your writings in a book somewhere? This sort of thing. People lapping it up and thinking, where can I get more of this? Because one thing that AI is good at, it's been designed for, is to make things sound good if you don't know any better. And in the case of Qigong, a lot of people don't know any better. They don't have enough experience to know the difference of different qualities of information. That's totally understandable. They're brand new to it, they're curious. And there's this effectively disinformation being put out there, and that potentially could be dangerous to them. So, 3 potential dangers of AI in Qigong. The first of these potential dangers, well, I think that's that people simply don't get the value from their practice that they could. So they maybe follow some AI instructions which aren't very helpful, and so they don't really get the benefits they're after. And maybe because of that, they keep doing this AI nonsense version of Qigong, and that then stops them from finding some good Qigong instruction. So that's a danger, because there really is so much benefit that people can get from Qigong, and if something comes in as a fake version and stops them from finding that, they're wasting a lot of time and energy on something that's not effective. Okay, a second danger of AI in Qigong. So this would be that not only do people not gain the benefit from their practice, but that it leads more people to write Qigong off as just some kind of mystical nonsense. Because what they come across doesn't make any sense to them. Now, because Qigong is so nuanced in many ways, there's a lot of people who write it off on those grounds anyway, if they're not able to find good, clear instructions that give them a good understanding of what it is they're really doing, what the principles are behind the practices that they do. A lot of people, and if you do Qigong, you've probably encountered these people who tend to be over skeptical. Now, I think skepticism is a good thing if it's done on a basis of honesty, honest inquiry, where you're not willing to just accept things at face value, where you want to dig deeper and find out, is this real or not? I think that's really, really healthy. But there are some people who are just like, anything that doesn't fit their frame of reference, pop, throw it out. But this is potentially exacerbated by stuff that truly is just nonsense being out there. Because even if they do want to dig deeper into it, and they do, well, yeah, it is nonsense. And so they discard Qigong, and it brings Qigong into disrepute, basically. So I think that's a second danger of AI and Qigong. A third danger of AI in Qigong. So this is that people actually do themselves some real harm by following some of these nonsense instructions. Now, in general, Qigong is really safe, really safe for most people. There's an article I wrote a while ago about the dangers in Qigong, because I think it's good to acknowledge what dangers there are. In that, I think I'll put a link to that article in the description below. In that article, I compare doing Qigong in terms of safety to going out for a walk, as I'm out for a walk now. For most people, going for a walk is a very safe, very healthy thing that they should do without any real restrictions. Having said that, it doesn't mean it's not without any dangers. You could trip over, there's things that could happen. And so yeah, Qigong is really low level of danger, but that doesn't mean zero. And there are instances where people do themselves harm in Qigong. Normally it comes out of pursuing something fanatically, basically. Pushing beyond sensible limits, pushing beyond limits of awareness and understanding, disregarding instructions and cautions that they might be given about certain practices and so on. So it is possible to harm yourself doing Qigong. And if people are using AI as the source of their knowledge about Qigong, and what they're getting from AI is complete nonsense, there's a much greater chance that if they, in a dedicated way, follow those nonsense instructions, that not only will they not get benefit, they could actually harm themselves. And so that's a danger, I think, to take seriously. All right, 3 dangers. What do we do about it? At the moment, there's not a lot in terms of regulation or ways that we can stop people from putting out AI-generated nonsense. So it really does come down to the individual and their own discernment. Maybe when you see AI-generated nonsense, you can call it out to help flag people's attention to it. Go like, hey, maybe this isn't real. Maybe I should question this a bit more. Another side of that, though, is on that individual basis. If you're looking at anything, any information about Qigong, maybe dig a little bit deeper as to what the source is. Is there a real person behind it who is, and look, they might use AI as a tool, possibly, in some of the, the way they create things and format things. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but is the source of knowledge from an actual person, so that they are conveying something that they have true knowledge, hopefully true experience with. As I mentioned earlier, the embodied nature of Qigong means that there's nuances that you can't understand without actually having done it. If you do that and check that they're a reliable source, then you're going to be able to follow any information you get from them in a much more, well, you'll be able to be much more confident about it, that it's going to be safe for you and hopefully beneficial. All right, those are my thoughts for today on the dangers of AI and Qigong. If you have other ideas about dangers of AI and Qigong, maybe put them in the comments below. It's not something I've spent a lot of time thinking about. It is something that just like, ooh, has flagged up for me as I've seen some of these posts and things. And not just the posts, again, it's been people's response to those posts where they've been so actively enthusiastic about it, which has made me think, maybe a little bit of a warning about these dangers is worthwhile. All right, I hope to see you on another vlog soon.